Hello, my name is Roger Moore, and I'm from Sheldon Laboratory Systems. And this is an informational segment on the Axis Infinity Table. This Axis Infinity Table is a great multidiscipline student table for science labs. The benefits and features of that are, it has an 8-foot table. This meets the NSTA guideline for square footage for students on this particular table. It also comes in a 7-foot version, and it comes with this great sink. Well, this sink is large enough to support a biology classroom. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can wash up 15 by 18 dissection trays on the inside of it. It makes a great chemistry sink. What do I mean by that? Well, it's deep enough to fill up some long pipettes and turrets. It also has some drain grooves in the front that if you're washing glassware between classes, you can wash them and set them up here for them to dry. In the body of the table, you also have room for a dilution tank. You also have room for a sediment tank. All of these things are science requirements that this table will help you install and service. The top of this table also has a service island in the rear. This particular service island has a gas turret, but you can put in gas, nitrogen, nuisance air, vacuum, whatever you'd like. It also has flip-ups for electric and data, but you can also put in dog houses or no data. This one also has hot and cold water. It's a regular fixture and an ADA fixture. You could have cold water or no sink if you'd like. These tables can be configured to support your curriculum in any manner that you choose. There's also a marine edge all along the top. The marine edge is there and intended to keep spills on the inside of this table. There is electric on this portion, and everything is run by the GFI outlets on the side. The table also has a marine edge on the student section. There are also no holes or protrusions through this table. And what we're trying to do here is keep any spills or accidents that the students may have on the table for easy cleanup and safety. It is rounded to keep your students, if there's some sort of movement, to keep them from bumping onto the edge of the table or into the edges of the table. Or if you're walking through here, bumping the edges of the table or into a corner. It also allows all 4 students' eyes to be pointing forward. So if the tables are configured into a classroom, all the students in that classroom will have their eyes pointing forward towards the teacher. Sheldon Laboratory Systems also puts on clamp-on rods for these particular tables. This allows you to do chemistry experiments and physics experiments without having to make a protrusion into the table. They just clamp easily on the side of the table, and you get 2 sets of these with your upright rods and your crossbars. They store easily in a lockable storage that's provided on the table, so you don't have to find storage in a cabinet or on top of a cabinet for these upright rods and crossbars. This table with a marine edge will also hold a certain amount of water. You and your administrator can talk about this and have some fun in calculating how much water this table can hold. The other neat thing about this table makes it multidisciplined is the fact that it goes from lecture to lab in 8 seconds. This is a 30-inch high that you see here now, and this is your lecture height. 4 students will be sitting around this table while you're lecturing to them, and when you need to go to a lab environment, you'll take your remote and raise the table from lecture to a 36-inch high maximum lab position. As you can see, this makes a great lab height table. This table also comes with a finger guard. So if your students had their hands here for some reason while you're moving the table up and down, as you can see, it will keep your fingers safe from being pinched. Any moving device in your lab needs to make sure that it's not a hazard for your students. This particular lifting mechanism also comes with collision control. This protects your table going up and protects your table going down. When it's going down, if there was a apparatus or a chair or something that was in the way of the table moving down, the table senses the load on the motor and it stops and backs away from that load until you come back and repress the button on your remote. If you're trying to raise the table and one of your students happens to be sitting on the edge, it will sense the extra load on the table and it will stop moving, and you'll have to repress the button on your remote to engage it. If you do not need this collision control, mainly for the purpose of raising and lowering larger weights, we can have it removed if required. Thank you for joining us and your time spent on the Axis Infinity Multidiscipline Student Table.